What's up? Who do we have here with us today?
Dexter Williams. I'm from Louisiana.
And you are now residing where?
In New York, where I always wanted to be.
Why? New York is a popping place. Well, what is so magnificent about New York to you?
I traveled this whole country for 10 years, and to me, in my heart, New York will always be that place. Besides Louisiana, I will always love Louisiana, but when it comes to New York, every day I walk outside, it's like I'm living in a dream for real.
So, is there any similarities to Louisiana from New York?
Oh yeah, like the food, the culture. To me, I always tell people New York is like a bigger New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah, it's the culture, the food, the parades, everything.
Yeah, kind of similar to Harlem and Brooklyn.
Oh
right?
yeah, nah, that's what I say. When I say New York, I mean similar to Harlem and probably Brooklyn, but I haven't been to Brooklyn yet, so.
And please don't get it, confused, because Harlem is its own place.
Exactly. All the boroughs is their own place.
Yeah, it's a whole different world.
At the end of the day, they still have that culture.
Right,
They
comes
still have
together.
Exactly.
So what do you do?
Oh, photography is my first love. I'm a YouTuber also, but
Right.
photography means the world to me. And my supporters on YouTube, they mean everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
But when I found photography, it just changed my whole life. Just like still today, it's like meeting that one woman that just changed your life. That's what photography. That's what photography means to me.
Okay. When did you fall in love with photography?
It was on the eerie day. I'm just playing. But nah, it was 2017. That's when I fell in love with it, and still today.
Okay, so do you know the exact moment? What did you see? What was it that just said, I have to do photography?
It's crazy because, I drove trucks for 10 years over the road. So one day I was just on my phone on YouTube, and I saw Gordon Parks. I saw a documentary. It's called Half Past Autumn, and it changed my life forever.
So who is Gordon Parks?
The greatest photographer ever. He's from Kansas, but he moved to Harlem. Then he moved to, I think, New Rochelle. And he just changed, for me, he changed photography. And Half Past Autumn, it changed my whole life. To this day, I still watch it.
It sounds like y'all have a similar story, or a similar story about to, happen.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, hell yeah. And even though I want my own, when it comes to photography, I want my own look, my own sound. I still show mad respect for Gordon Parks because, he inspired me.
I'm gonna have to look Gordon Parks up because it sounds very interesting.
Oh yeah, man, he's the truth, and he's layered. He's not just a photographer; he has layers on layers on layers. So that's why I mentioned earlier about my YouTube channel. I just don't want to box myself into one thing. You feel me?
Right, because I noticed that you talk a lot about social issues. The climate with your people, or our people, I should say. How does that transfer into your photography?
Well, just like YouTube, photography tells a story, but you're just not talking. So the best photographers tell a story with their pictures. They don't have to tell you what their pictures mean. You can go to a museum, or you can open up a coffee table book, and the story just pops out without you talking. So that's what I love about photography. And the social, still the same thing.
So you what type of photography would you call it?
What type? I don't know. I just call it raw emotion. That's why I say raw emotion. That's it. That's what I love.
Okay. And at what point did you start? I know you said you fell in love with photography in 2017, you said? Yeah. But when did you start, actually taking shots of people or things, places?
Yeah, 2017.
Oh.
I remember at first, I was living with my uncle, and I just got my camera, and I was in the backyard just taking pictures of birds, getting used to the camera, teaching myself how to shoot, without auto, shooting in manual mode, just teaching myself. So I remember my first photo shoot, and it changed my life, forever.
So did you always dream of coming to New York, or it ties in with photography?
I always dreamed here. You know, I saw a movie called He Got Game. That
Oh, with
changed my
Denzel.
yeah, that changed my life in one way. And then when I found photography, that just took it to a whole nother
But
level.
what about that movie? You know, the ladies would say Denzel, but what about that movie specifically inspired you to come to New York?
Well, to me, that movie, like I say, Spike Lee, he's one of the greatest.
Right, and he does touch on a lot of social.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is the thing about that movie. You go watch it I watched it, I think the first time was at 12. But as you get older, it means something different. You see every character was going through their own thing. And that's like in real life.
Yeah.
In real life, everyone has their own perspective, their different perspective on life. So I feel with that camera in your hand, you get to tell your perspective to the world. And to me, that's the best shit ever.
Right. Well, how long did it take you to actually get here to New York?
Well, I used to come here a lot driving trucks. That's the thing. I used to come here driving trucks, and I used to pass over. I think it's called the not the Brooklyn Bridge, the George Washington. I think it's the George Washington Bridge.
Okay.
And I think it's a bridge, but I used to pass over that bridge, and every time I passed over that bridge, like I just got this feeling like a
like
burst
in your
of
gut.
energy. Yeah, a burst of energy, and just like, damn, I gotta live here one day, you know.
So do you have family here, or?
Nah, that's the thing, you know, and you know, I miss my family. They probably think, you know, how can he move so far away? But I feel like when you got a mission in your soul, you have to follow it, because if you don't follow it, you're gonna live with regrets. And that's one thing I can't do anymore, is live with regrets.
So you feel like you're, you know, that you're okay being alone here for now, is what you're saying. Like, with the love of photography, like, I guess that's your girlfriend right now. Photography and...
Oh, my wife.
Oh, your wife. Excuse me. His wife. Means he's not cheating on his wife, not his girlfriend. Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, tell me a little bit more of how do you feel on being here on your own? Have you made any friends, or...
Well, right now, you know, I wouldn't say friends. I have a few people, you know, that care about me and stuff like that, you know, and we and we really close and stuff like that, you know. But the part about feeling alone, you know, sometimes that kicks in. But I feel like when you found the thing that makes you come alive, you're never alone. It's always work to be done. It's always learning to be done.
Yeah.
You're really never alone, you know.
So, where do you see yourself in like 5 years from now? But like, what do you scratch that? What do you want the people to take away from your photography, like your pictures that you capture?
I want them to feel, you know how you when listen to a Prince album, Michael Jackson,
yeah,
and you feel something like the emotion. I want them to look at a picture and feel something, not just get a picture and like, oh, okay. Like on social media.
Yeah.
I feel like, how can I say this? I feel like art is not, I feel like it's taken for granted when you put a picture on social media.
Yeah.
You know, but what's the question again? Oh, what do you want them to feel?
What do you want them to feel? What do you want them to take away from your prints and
raw emotion? When you look at that picture, every time you walk in your house, you feel alive. You feel something.
So, are you planning on like selling prints, sharing your work with people? Do you have a website? When is that dropping?
That was really my main goal at first when I moved to New York. You know, selling prints and, you know, putting out more photography books. But I have my website up this Friday, November 21st, and you know.
Do you go back to your hometown a lot to capture, you know, photos or?
I actually do. Actually, the whole summer of this year, I spent in New Orleans, and you know, I was away from my family for a long time. Over the road, I said, you know, let me go back home, and I just captured New Orleans, and it was the best time of my life. So, you know, when things start picking up and stuff like this, I'm going to go back. I'll be back and forth because I told myself, right now, I'm locked in with New York, but I'm also like Louisiana gonna forever be my home.
Yeah. And I noticed too that you have like sort of like a love affair with Harlem. Do you have any plans on like having a studio there or living there or?
With Harlem, definitely a studio. To me, because Harlem it reminds me so much of Louisiana, so much of New Orleans, and just the Harlem Renaissance, just the history in Harlem. I love that shit. So I have to document what's going on today. So 50, 60 years from now, those people can know, what we was doing. But I love Harlem, man. Shout out to Harlem.
Okay. So I know like I'm a creative and obviously you're creative. And I know that most creatives like to live in the moment. But where do you see yourself maybe 3 to 5 years from now?
That's true because I really don't think 24 hours ahead. When people ask me what you're doing tomorrow, I say, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But where I see myself on the streets of New York, capturing the emotions of the people, capturing the times, putting out prints, instead of just depending, because I know technology is going to get stronger and stronger. And in my opinion, I feel like just like back in the 60s, and to me, the 60s and the 70s was the best times to be alive. So shout out to everybody who grew up in those, in that era, because during that time, people, they love the newspaper, they love a photography print, they love a book, they love real things.
And they always dressed to the nine, always dressed to the T.
And everything had a certain character to it. Mm-hmm. So now I'm evolving to what's real. While the world going into technology, I understand, we need technology. Hell, I'm a YouTuber.
Right.
But when it comes to real things, nothing can ever replace real things, not even AI.
Well, do you like that word YouTuber? Because I feel like with your, shout out to all the YouTubers. This is no disrespect to anyone. But I feel like, YouTubers get a lot of disrespect. But y'all are really putting in a lot of work. I really wouldn't classify you like that. I would say like you're a reporter, a news reporter. And news reporter goes hand in hand with photography.
Yeah, true. And yeah, shout out to, and this is what I'm starting to see. I'm starting to see more YouTubers, TikTokers, like they really speaking on what's happening. So that's why they creating these laws to try to make people, not speak the truth. So they want to control your freedom of speech, but I love it, man. And yeah, you really got to put in work when it comes to content creation. And like I said, I don't really believe in just depending on technology, but if you have some experience in life, you can always bring value to your people. So that's the best thing about now. You could be 55, 60, 70 years old. If you bring value to the people, you go win,
Right. This is true. So when did you say your site was dropping again?
My site is dropping November 21st, Friday. Hell, by the time this interview dropped, that will be today.
You'll have it.
Yeah.
And are we going to get like a coffee books from you, print books? What can we expect on this site?
What? Coffee book, print books? Hell, if I could print on anything, it's going to be printed.
He said anything. Okay. Well, thank you for interviewing with us. I look forward to seeing your site. I look forward to hearing so much more from you. And check out his YouTube, Introvert Rockstar, on YouTube, right?
Yeah, YouTube.
And look out for that site.
Hey, I thank you. I appreciate you. And thank everybody for supporting me.